Hello, Odd Job Viewer here, and today I've been summoned to check out a gate that's kind of being naughty here, and I think we found it. Dressed up real nice here, and let's just take a look here. We'll see what happens when we open it up. If I can get back over here, latch it. All right, so that seems to be okay. But a little bit of give maybe. Oh! Well, you see that? That there looks like it's maybe a gate that doesn't have the best support system with it right now. So what we're going to do is investigate the gate. First I'll do is just see if I can take it off the hinges and set it aside. Let's see here. Well, alright, I didn't really take off the hinges so much as take the whole thing off. You can see here, you can't see, the have those hooks there. So this particular gate, you just lift right off the pegs and should come off. Now, a way to keep people from messing with this is you can actually drill a little hole in the top here, tap it, and then put a washer with a screw on it that fits just right over the other part, which is right there. So a washer would actually set flat up on top of this right here and keep the gate from being taken off. Let's take a little better close at the holes in the wall next. Now we'll travel deep inside of the hole in the wall. But unfortunately, we're not getting light in there. So, what this is telling me here, as you can kind of see some of the stucco, is there may or may not be any kind of wood in there. And if you're going to put something on there heavy on your stucco wall, you want to make sure you're in the stud. And so I don't see anything listed in here. But we're in luck because ways to get around this is one, stud detectors won't work on this wall, so don't bother unless you have a super power one or something like that. Two, you can measure from inside the garage if it's an open garage to where the stud is and get a reference point from outside. So three, what you want to deal with is which inside this garage is actually there's slats in there so you can't see. So four, what I found out is down here, this little vent thing down here, just right inside there's a stud, and it seems to be just to the right of these holes. So I'm going to do a little measuring and get some marking going. Alright, so I got a little tape measure here. I'm just going to measure inside here to the stud I can see. It's about a 1/2 inch to this metal lip. So if I go a 1/2 inch, that's the side of the stud. If I go about 1 1/4 inches, that'll probably get me right to the middle of it. So, quarter up, put a little mark there, like so. And then what we'll do, we've got this thing called a level, and you can basically take the stud level, level, and you know, taking this top in here that's horizontal. Where are we at? Horizontal right there. I'll put the edge of it against that part we marked, and like do little dots up this side of the wall, making sure it's level. All right. So put a mark right there, and you can see it's a little bit off from the old holes. Now, since the height was decent before on the other one, what I'll do here is I will figure out which ones I need, which is going to be the top bolt, or the hook here, this bolt here, and these little screws I'll take out and get rid of, and the bottom hook I'll keep, but I'll figure out which holes they go to by just doing like that. And then I'll take my level, mill that hole, get it level, and cross it off on our other line there. And that right there will be the new spot to drill. So let me mark, I got about 5 spaces to mark. So I'll get to marking and we'll be right back. Now we got the all the different screws backed out from the board here. And what we're going to do next is we got some masonry mason bits, right? And so they have a little different tip on them, you know, not for the wood boring. I guess you probably could depending on the wood, but it's not good for wood because it doesn't really cut it, more like scrapes it. So I sized it up with the bolt like so, right? The long one here, and this one here just a little bit bigger. Because we don't care if this here is grabbing into the mason, I mean the stucco. We really want to go through the stucco without really grabbing it, but you know, still be kind of snug in there. The wood's going to be holding this in. And now for this other bolt here, right, this one right there, I got a bigger bit. Look at that hunker. So what we'll be doing with this one is actually I'll start with the small one and tap it, and then I'll go back and do the big one to tap behind it. So to help with this effort, I'm bringing up the big HD. Yes, big hammer drill, right? And on the top here has a setting, drill, hammer time, and so I'm going to switch that over, and then give a little spin here, and then basically, you know, you put this in like this, and you tighten it down the right way, and you use the drill chuck key to snug it down the rest. And then last but not least, you apply power to this. Okay, so by hand, chuck key, get my fat hand out of the way. Alright, and I usually do, actually I usually just kind of go around and do all 3 holes on this thing. That helps to make sure you turn the right way. And I like to get them pretty tight, so there's no slippage in this bit here. Next what we'll need is, on the bottom there's a speed. 1 and 2, I'll leave it on 1. And then I will find me a power source, which we just happen to have right here. Plug it in, and last but not least on this little drilling job is you want to put on your safety spectrometers, right? Some fancy eyewear here, because you don't want to dot your eye. Okay? And I'll pick this victim first, go in straight and level, make sure you have the right direction going. You have a direction switch usually on the bottom here. Give it a little test. Alright. Okay, now that is through, and I'm going to go ahead and do the next one up here, which might make a little bit more of a mess because the stucco's off on this one. Oh, hoping I'm poking one's eye out. So, like I said, right here, reminds me of my trip to the dentist. Alright, that is in, sort of. So let me go ahead and get the rest of the holes tapped with this thing here, and you know, save your speakers a little bit. Alright, so the wind's kicking up here a little bit, but now we got the big drill bit in here. Same thing, we're just going to try to go right in here and open this hole up again, which you already know is not being friendly. Might just have to chip around it at this rate. But I got a bottom one that should turn out pretty good. If you want to see it, it's down there. All the way down. Yeah, right in there. Let's see now. Right in there with the leg. Okay, hold your ears. There. Okay, I'll bang away at the top one here and we'll get back to the other drill. So we've got a new drill bit on here. Same thing, I kind of gauged it with the size of the bolts going or the screws going in. So this is for the smaller ones, and I got one for the bigger one. So important thing here, switch drill back to drill from hammer. And I'm going to keep it the same speed. And now I measured here as a reference from the board, from the hole down here where the bolt goes to this one up here. Measured, took it on the wall here from here to up here, so this hole kind of went a little crazy. But I found out where I need to go. So get them in there and get it leveled. And drill away. Hope your bit's not dull, like mine's kind of being. Go down here, get some of the stuff out of there, head for the middle, and try again. Alright, so this here, I don't know, not doing it for me. Pretty sure I'm going into a 2x4, but it's old and hard, so I'll just keep working at that. Maybe I'll switch out bits to a sharper one if I can find one. Now, the reason why we do this is kind of drill out for the bolts and screws is because first of all, it'd be almost impossible to drive the big thick screw into this wood as it would be. It's going to be probably hard enough, but as you don't want to split the wood, so you want to get some of that material out of there. Alright, and that should be good for the top one. And because I switched bits to the bigger one now, so I'll do the bottom one, and we'll be almost ready to slap this board back on the wall. Okay, so after a quick trip to the store, what we got here is some pre-mixed stucco patch. Just kind of give it a stir, and I don't know if I've shown this before on camera or did this before, but basically, a little pro tip here: you have all these other holes that we don't need anymore, and we're just going to take some of the stucco patch and stick in the hole. Get yourself a metal. Metal will last you longer. Spreader here, and just frosting that wall, right? And you can make little nooks and crannies in it. Try to make it look like it just hasn't been patched up. But I'm gonna try to make sure I don't get anything higher, but make sure I got the low spots and the holes covered up. Including this gargantuan one up here. Slap it in there. Try to get it, more in the wall than you're dropping on the ground. That's always a good way to go too. And yeah, so after I get these old holes we don't need anymore, I'll actually look around and try to find any kind of cracks that might be in this stucco, and fill them in too. Alright. Alright, so now we got this all stucco patched up. And yeah, you could do some primer on this, and you could also paint it, but you know what? You're never going to find a color to really match whatever the old stucco was. That's usually about the thing. So, I got the board right here, and I will get it put up in the wall with basically threading in the bolts in the right positions. Usually I start them so they're just about right like this, outside of the other side of the 2x4. Yeah. Right. And then I'll I'll actually work on this bottom one, or this one first, and go from there. Right like that. Thread it in some. And switch from the hand wrench to the ratchet. Okay, now, for this kind of bolt here, what we're going to do is, I got a, what is here, right? Crescent wrench. So, just kind of grab it like this and no, you grab it like this, but in all realities, what I'm doing with this thing is on the bottom of this crescent wrench is a circle that fits right over there. Now, I don't have to actually make a tool to drive these things in, but if you don't use a crescent wrench handle like this, a circle, you know, you can surely find another rounded item like this that's kind of strong, or you can even go with a pipe. You can put a pipe over this to get that leverage. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this part started. And basically I'll just continue and put the rest of the bolts and nuts, well not nuts, but just bolts in, and we'll get back to it after I get that secured to the wall. Now, someone may or may not have put this in too far. We'll see. Now it's time to do a little muscle action. And you know, just kind of watch, then you'll see how it kind of slips together, hopefully. I'm looking at the bottom one, look at the top one too. There. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's gonna open just fine. Let's see if it's gonna close just fine. Okay, so the top one, I can tell right now, either needs a little bit of wood taken away from this member here, or it needs to be backed out probably one turn. The bottom one, I think the bottom's gonna be fine. So I'll just you know, go ahead and take the gate back off and back it out a turn, and I'll save the pain for later. There, much better now, right? So now the gate shuts at a 90-degree angle per se. Seems to clear the ground just fine. Opens, closes. Now then, are we done? Not quite. On the other side here, we got this. I can see anything, it's bright on this side. But yeah, there we go. I can see at least now. We got this here rod, right? And that wants to go in here somewhere to keep it latched. Used to be this hole over here, but since it's moved, now it's over here. So, once again, I will don the hammer drill, mark it. Yeah, it's just too far back. So, mark it somewhere right in here, don the hammer drill, and get the hammering. The funny story is, I got the hammer drill, dropped it off at the station, didn't think I needed anymore, but guess what? Got another drill, and I kind of marked it there, it needs to be up to the side there, so we'll just consider the latch undone, and up into the side a little bit more. Right about there. Masks on, eye protection on, and away we go. Check for fit. Could go a little bit down and a little bit more in. Now, someone would say, big hole. Yes, well, wooden gates sometimes like to sag, change their lifestyle and stuff, so that there's going to hold it for now. I might suggest getting a different kind of bolt structure, something more substantial than this. Otherwise, though, that's going to hold it for now. Like I said, after years of wind bouncing around, it might, the whole thing might drop, might shift, might bing around, but the rest of these spots here, I'll fill back in with some stucco patch, and it's done. So if you have any questions or comments on this, or any other gate issue that you might have, the naughty gate has been tamed, although still going to be a fashion icon out there, it looks like. We have some nice little hearts here on this thing. But thanks for watching. Alright, a better view here of the project. Secured to the wall. And it should last years. So, time for me to get out of the sun, out of the limelight. Odd Job Doer, out. Questions, comments, leave them below. Any other things you want to see me try to do, or if you have a rant and rave on this project, go ahead and let them rip. And we'll see you in the comments section.